Good evening, Musky enjoyers. I hope you're alright, because it's time for the predictions video. Yes, just a good, several hours ago, all of these skins rotated into Rust Storm. We're going to go ahead and try and figure out which of these skins potentially might be a nice investment, which of these skins potentially might give us some of those sweet, delicious profits at some point down the line. So, as expected, we got a very nice Rust Storm for the February Force Wipe. We assumed this was going to be the case. It followed up with that. So no early picks this week. Every single skin here was either typical, late, or extra late, considering with the likes of this skin right here. But yeah, this was expected. This is what we've got. So I'm not too surprised to see the likes of Legacy Kevlar finally coming in, and then we saw the likes of the first sheet metal double door of the year and whatnot. That's pretty sweet. So much better compared to what we had last week. I'm sure you now can kind of understand the sort of routines Face Punch kind of usually goes through. So please don't forget, the likes of this month, we have 5 Rustle rotations to go through. With it being a leap year this year, yep, we got the leap day, February 29. We're having 5 Rustles, so things might get a little bit awkward at some point this month, but we do know that next week we do have the likes of Lunar New Year, so Year of the Dragon, but we also have Valentine's during the same week, or the week interval from like the Rustle to next Rustle. I get the feeling we're going to have a mix of Lunar New Year skins and Valentine skins, but we'll talk more about that in a little bit. But let's focus with what we have here. What skins are looking to be perfectly fine investments? Let's jump straight in. I'm going to talk about Legacy Kevlar. So, as we are well aware, Legacy Kevlar is, well, fairly in demand. Well, initially it was. Then there was problems because we didn't see any more Legacy Kevlar skins being accepted for about a month. Now, again, we fully expected that this was likely being held back because they'd rather list it and put it on sale in the Rust store when the Force Wipe was happening, because a lot more people played today. And that is true. Based on what we saw with the amount of people playing yesterday, there wasn't really that much, because, at the end of the life cycle with servers and whatnot, towards the very end, well, most servers are dying with decaying, bases and whatnot. But when it's a fresh wipe, when everybody starts anew, everybody loves that, and everybody wants to jump in. And with the update that came out today, Bags to Riches, the introduction of the likes of the backpacks, a lot of people got curious, a lot of people wanted to test it out. So that was very nice. So loads of people played today, loads of people saw these skins, loads of people likely saw this, wanted it, bought it, more sales potentially likely happened, and more profit has, gone into Face Punch's pockets. So, we saw these appear today, and we're expecting, surely, all of Legacy Kevlar very likely will be going up in price. So if I just show you this tweet, that's not what I wanted to show you, this is it. So I tweeted this out about 5 minutes after the Rust store rotated. I thought, I'm going to go ahead and take a real quick look at the likes of the Legacy Kevlar skins and see if there's going to be that much change over the course of the next several hours. Problem is that no, it didn't happen. Why? What's going on? Well, other people exist. So other people took notice, saw new Legacy Kevlar skins appeared, and, well, I will point this out, over the past, several hours, it's been non-stop Legacy Kevlar skins appearing on the front page. They are constantly being bought and sold and bought and sold and bought and sold, but the prices aren't really moving. So take a look at the likes of the hoodie and pants here. As you can see, we are still in basically the same spot. But however, where's the resistance? Where's the problems? It just kind of looks like people just constantly keep relisting them at the same sort of price, around $1.60, and it just doesn't seem to budge. However, I can imagine that this will likely improve over the course of the weekend because, of course, more people have time off, more people play in Rust, more people see those new skins, more people feel the need to consider wanting to get a hold of the likes of some more Legacy Kevlar skins. Yes, I could imagine these going back and above their Rust store price some point this weekend, but will it last? So, when you look at the likes of the kilt here, I do believe this is probably one of the better examples. Other people exist, other people have noticed, other people have listed their stock onto the Steam market, 86 quantity right there. Yep, so that happened. Is that going to go up in price anytime soon? Probably not, no. It's very unfortunate. It is very unfortunate, and I'm sorry to see it happen, and yeah. So, in regards to Legacy Kevlar skins as a whole group, I feel like this is definitely now going to be a long-term situation. Unfortunately, people are going to just try and go for the quick profit because, that's what they're like. And, surely 85 quantity all in one go is a smart decision. Yeah, no bad repercussions from that. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway. So that hasn't really had any momentum to, really go up in price. That's a big fat wall, a big fat stack of resistance, and, well, we can't get past that until it's disappeared. So if it gets removed or, it gets bought out, we'll see. But what I can confirm is when you look at the amount of sales, it's been very strong. Very strong. So we've had like a massive uptick. If I go over to hit, you can't even see it properly. But yeah, this blue line indicates sales, and you can clearly see it's gone up very, very highly. So will this eventually improve as time goes on? I do think so. As a whole, with Legacy Kevlar, I get the feeling we're just going to have to wait and slowly see it all slowly get thrown onto likes of third-party sites and whatnot. Get it away from the Steam market. Because most third-party sites acknowledge the price on the Steam market for the price of the skin. So as that slowly all disappears and we see a lot less of the quantity on the Steam market and a lot less quantity wars and whatnot, it will then have room to grow and it will then have room to improve. So that is the future envisioning with the likes of Legacy Kevlar. It's going to be a slow burn, but eventually it'll get somewhere. So as long as Blackout remains fairly expensive, I can see nice things happening with the likes of this. Technically speaking, we now have a full proper set. You might be sitting there and saying, but Hedge, what about the boots and the gloves? I've spoken with the skin creators. They do plan to make a version 2 of the boots and gloves, but they might leave it until next month, aka March Force White. Not too hard to comprehend that, I'm sure. So yeah, there is still expected to be more skins. But overall, Legacy Kevlar as a whole, I feel like from here and now, it is what it is. It's going to stay up in value, maybe, or stay in the interest of most people, hopefully. But it's going to suffer during bad times. It's going to excel during good times. But don't assume you're going to see some massive gains anytime soon. It's out there now, and it has to stay, in the minds, and it has to stay meta, because, well, if it doesn't, then that's where it starts to lose its value. But based on the amount of sales we've seen today and whatnot, it definitely still seems to be very in demand. If Blackout remains being far too expensive, people are going to look for alternative options. This appears to be the next best thing now. So you can comment and disagree or agree or follow up with that. By all means, have at it. I'd like to see the engagement. But with what we have here, yeah, that's fine for now, but we have to leave it. We have to see how it progresses. So someone actually asked me during my stream earlier, Hedge, I own these skins. What should I do? Well, number one, I can't answer for you, but you have to look at yourself. You have to consider, what price did you buy them for? Are you satisfied if you sold them now? For some of you, you might make some profit. Is that enough for you? Are prices expected to go down anytime soon? Well, as we get closer to likes of the upcoming CS2 Major, I can envision there'll probably be about maybe a month period where prices are going to be pretty bad. Depends on what gets released with this CS2 event. So Counter-Strike 2, first ever major event, that's all kicking off. We will see all the new content come out maybe like a week before the actual start of that tournament. But from then on, once we see it, if it's good, okay, maybe it'll negatively affect the likes of the Rust economy because people will liquidate their funds to throw towards the likes of that. If it's not that good, maybe we won't be that much in trouble. Maybe Easter time won't be that bad. And then, of course, after Easter, we have the summertime. And last summer, we had a lot of people playing. So I know post-Christmas recently wasn't very good. Acknowledged, I get that. But by default, more people playing, more, money being thrown at the game and whatnot. Will it be good? We shall see. Will it be better than right now at this current specific time? Yes, I do expect so. So we're going to go up and down and up and down. It's, that's just a normal Rust routine every single year. So depending on the season, the time of the year, we can see better things happening. But don't forget, at some point, the autumn fall seasonal dip will happen all over again. That's at least a half a year away, but it's coming. So be prepared for it. All right, so I talked about the Legacy Kevlar set as a whole. We need to specifically talk about those two skins right there. So these two, right, are selling very nicely, but how much will they end up at by the end of next week? Or at least, next Thursday? I can't tell by now, but the best thing we can do is make a comparison to this with the rest of this. Now, if a set remains in demand and, sells very well and people actively want the full set and whatnot, the lowest, or rather the skin that sold the lowest when it was in the Rust store tends to be the skin that ends up becoming one of the most expensive out of the full set because there's only so many of them to go around, and if people want the full set and loads of people want the full set, then it's not too hard to understand that with only so much to go around, we expect that it's going to become one of the most expensive pieces. As of now, that's the position that the Legacy Kevlar kilt has. It's got significantly less compared to the Tier 3 and the hoodie and the pants. Very nice. But now that this has appeared, where's this going to end up at? If this ends up similar to the likes of the Legacy Kevlar kilt, well, I do expect some nice things if it remains, in demand. And we have a very good example of this. Whiteout. So Whiteout came out during early 2021. That was around the period of time in which we had like the offline TV era. So at the very beginning, or rather March time, 2021, these did about 70 to 80,000 sales. That's a lot. That's a lot. Especially compared to now, that's still a lot. So back then we had less people playing, but we still had that much. Cool. And then we saw Tier 3, 70,000 plus sales for the... Yep, that's cool. That's nice. But then very weirdly, instead of having like a Tier 2 set, MDE, the skin creator, released the kilt with the road sign gloves. So that did 60,000 sales. That did 50,000 sales. Okay. And then a month later, we then got these two pieces, the vest and the helmet. These only did about 30,000 sales. So there's a lot less of these. Now I'll show you what it looks like by highest price. And what do you see? Well, look, wow, there you go. Yeah, kilt always by default will be the most expensive piece because it's the only leg armor that we have. It goes with the vest, the tier 2 pieces and, the tier 3 pieces of the chest plate and the face mask. So that's always going to be most valuable. But with these two, because they sold so much less compared to the rest, there's only so many of these in circulation. Therefore, now they're the most expensive pieces, or one of the most expensive pieces. We could see that with Legacy Kevlar. Could. Doesn't mean we're definitely going to see it like that. And I don't expect we're going to be seeing prices like that anytime soon. Because remember, this took years to get this to this point. This took about 3 years, all right? I don't think many of you are going to be wanting to wait 3 years, but you get the idea, you understand. So if this doesn't sell that much compared to the rest, all the better for it. So we kind of got to wait it out. By all means, if you want to buy it, support the skin creator. Keep them motivated, keep wanting to put out very nice creative designs in the future, but if you want to play it safe, wait until Wednesday/Thursday. Look at the sales. Both of these skins are abnormal. We could do our abnormal barders first, then make a decision afterwards based on the support, what we're going to do. Personally, after what I've seen with the likes of the hoodie and pants, I want to do a buy order. Now, I don't know how these are going to likely end up at, but I don't expect them to sell as much as the hoodie and the pants. I might be wrong, we shall see, but I get the feeling this is going to be closer to the kilt rather than the hoodie and the pants. And don't forget, at some point in the future, it is guaranteed, Cosim, the skin creator, along with Slonoster, they will be making a version 2 of the boots and the gloves. We cannot guarantee that will be accepted, but we know it's going to happen, all right? So they're definitely going to make it. It's a matter of will Facepunch accept it, because they said no, or rather they didn't bother to accept the boots and the gloves the first time. You never know, they still could potentially be accepted in the future Rust within the rest of this month. Maybe. I'm not assuring that, I'm saying it could, but it'll be a bit odd, but whatever. So, Legacy Kevlar, we know it's in demand, but we know a lot of people bought it, and we know other people have a lot of it, and they're going to list it in big fat chunks. But as time goes on, will it all improve? We shall see. So, I know that was a bit of a ramble, but I'm sure you can kind of understand there's a lot of potential positives, there's a lot of potential negatives, but based on the performance of the Rust economy over the past month, it wasn't exactly super great, but yeah, you kind of have to just accept all these things. So maybe it's just smarter to just stick with doing a buy order. That's going to be my approach. If you want to do that too, by all means, but if you really do feel like, everything might work out right in the future, well, proceed as you wish. But I've given you the words that you need to hear. Sounds good. Shall we move on to the next thing? Right, I'm immediately going to jump onto the Space Airlock double door. See, we don't really see that many sheet metal double doors, do we? Now, unfortunately, SCMM doesn't have like the cheaper things, correct? So if I click that, what do you see? It's not showing the right thing. I need to see all the other double sheet metal doors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the items section in scmm.app, and it's very useful. Look what we're going to do. So you've got the whole entire database here of every single Rust skin, and all I'm going to do is just click item type when it loads in properly. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I'm going to go to here, scroll down a bit, sheet metal double door, and it was as simple as that. Done. This is all set by newest as by default. I want to do it by lowest price, and what you see, every single sheet metal double door is in the positive currently. All right, so that is a very nice thing to see. But the main reason in regards to this is because we just don't see many of these being accepted for Rust stores. All right. And I'll be honest with you, over the past year, we didn't actually see that many people making skins for them. Please take note of that, all right? Because I'm going to move on and I'm going to bring us back to that point. So, even when we had the likes of this door here, now I'm not hating on it, but I'm sure you can tell not every single person in the world is going to look at the likes of that skin and say, oh yeah, I definitely need that, I definitely want that. That came out, in June time? When that first came out, it did kind of struggle initially. But then, you know, as recent as like last month, this actually peaked up to a very nice price. So if I just look at its history, so right now this is currently selling for just under $2. 40 quantity is not going to do it any favours. But if you look over to here, this was at a higher price, and this was selling for about $2.50, literally just about a month ago. So it did get to a point where it sold very nicely. It was the cheapest and most approachable sheet metal double door that existed, so that's why it did all right. And as you can see, with all of these going up in price ever so nice, whoa, $55? I didn't realise it got to that point. Yeah, it's cool. So to see another sheet metal double door being accepted this early in the year, I mean, I'm not going to say no, but we do have to acknowledge what's the potential chance that Face Punch probably wants to accept more of these from now on, knowing that we very likely will be jumping in and buying a lot. See, I am optimistic for this by default, all right? Because with what we just showed you there, you can clearly see that regardless, it's going to go in the positive if we're following what we've seen before. But with what we just saw recently, like the recent post-Christmas, that didn't follow expectations, did it? So can we really sit here and say this is going to be perfectly fine still? Yeah, awkward. So, what is the extra weird but unfortunate thing that's likely going to happen? So I was very surprised to see this was accepted because, well, if you've been keeping track of all the newest Rust Workshop skin submissions, it just so happened this past week we saw 6 submissions for a sheet metal double door. Let's go take a look. So if you aren't fully well aware, we have received a lot of Lunar New Year theme skins and Valentine skins. Now, this upcoming weekend, we will probably see even more. We'll find out. I get the feeling it'll probably be a lot more Valentine skins. But anyway, as I scroll down, looking at all of these deplorables, you can see a lot of dragon theme skins because it's the year of the dragon. And as we get to this point here, you might notice we have a lot of sheet metal double doors. Yes, indeed. Now, they do look cool. We've got like Cave Vladimir's one here. We've got Vase and Slanosta's double door there. Continuation of the spray can collection. Valentine skins. Lunar, Dragon, Fortune's Gate. There are some awesome looking sheet metal double door skins, and they were all submitted during the same weekend. So it really does kind of get to the point where it's like, I get the feeling skin creators are even well aware that we were craving them, wanting them, desiring them. And, well, they've supplied the option. That looks cool. And then you got the Valentine's door here. That looks cool. I'm not complaining about that. That looks very nice. And then if we look over to here, we have the likes of the Neon Love metal door. You've got a little Cupid here, shooting arrows through hearts. And it's like clouds and whatnot. See, that's cute. That's silly and perfectly fine for Valentine's. And then we got the likes of the spray can continuation. So spray can collection, still producing more deplorables very recently. That looks nice. Glow in the dark, looks cool. And then we have the likes of the Lunar Dragon Fortune's Gate sheet metal double door. I really like this one. It looks really cool. The glow in the dark, that looks amazing. So loads of very, very, very interesting things on the horizon. But next week is expected, along with those special items that Face Punch have recently made, the Dragon Launcher, rocket launcher, and the spear, we're going to have a big fat batch of Lunar Dragon Lunar New Year skins. I read the thing. Sorry. So, do you reckon some of the skins we just saw there a second ago are likely going to be picked? Do you reckon we'll see another sheet metal double door being picked? Hey, there's a lot of very cool options. I've seen many, many, many very cool things being submitted in the past, and I've seen Face Punch avoid all of them. So you never know. Yeah, maybe they don't bother. But I can't help but think, surely one of them. And if you were to go through all of the, the deplorables, there's a lot of deplorables. There's a lot of sheet metal doors, single doors, very cool looking garage doors. Look at this. That's amazing. That's cool. Maybe not everybody will like it, but I'm still sure a lot of people would buy it. You can't say no to Anime Girl. You can sit there and you can say it, but you're not strong enough to say no anyway. So there's a lot of very cool submissions. If you want to go see all of them, please consider going to the likes of my Rust Workshop skin checks video, because if you scroll down you'll see the collection is provided, and if you want to listen to me ramble on about talking about the skins and whether they potentially might be nice investments all based on the collection continuations, I have them all listed here in chapters, so please consider giving that a good watch. So yeah, there's a lot of potential very interesting things available for next week. So that was a ramble talking about the sheet metal double doors. Let's go back over to this sheet metal double door. What do you reckon? There's just a problem. If sheet metal double doors become a common sight, I don't think we're going to be seeing them all staying in the positive anymore. That is a big, 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 big problem. All right? So we acknowledge that now. What do you reckon? Well, first of all, you could quickly look at this and, you know, I've got to go over to here. What do? We want to go by a subscriber count. Subscriber count is bare minimum sales. So where is this currently with about 7,000? Where does it currently stand? Where are we? Oh, it's not there. Okay, but we can see that it's about here. It's about in the upper half already. So if I were to make a strong guess and say, I reckon it'll do 25,000 sales, that's going to be top 5. Yeah, that's the rate it's going to. But when you look at it, right, when you look at this, glow in the dark, nothing too flashy. Is that fine with you? Like, when you look at the actual glow in the dark, it feels fairly, like, condensed, you know, just in the middle and whatnot. Are you fine with that? Are you satisfied? Is that what you need? Are you perfectly good with that? If so, then, hey, maybe it will do quite all right. Maybe it'll do fine. But sorry, we need to see how much that sells. So, to play it smarter, let's wait until Wednesday. I'm going to be doing my abnormal buy orders of stream, and we're going to discuss the prices we want to offer for them and whatnot. But there's a lot of very strange things potentially going on, and that might not be very special. Like, literally the very next week, it might be like outdone immediately with another skin that comes out. And like I said, we got some pretty cool designs here. I'm not going to say no to that, but hey, consider looking at the workshop and getting a good idea of what's being submitted. And this weekend, yeah, there's going to be more. There's going to be more this weekend. It don't stop. It just keeps on going. So keep an eye on the workshop. It's going to be a very interesting weekend, and I do believe it's going to be mostly Valentine skins this weekend. There is no guarantee that they are definitely going to be accepted, but they're the only things that have been submitted, so. Right, that right there, abnormal barders first, look at the support afterwards, then we make a decision, all right? So that's the safest approach. That right there, it does seem nice, but I expect more likely to be accepted afterwards, and yeah, so got to play it safer, and I very likely will be just sticking with doing a buy order. If this was any year before 2024, I would have been straight on that and buying it, but things are different now, and we've got to play it a little bit more safer and smarter, so we'll see what happens next, but I am optimistic for it. Moving on, Neon Vibes Armoured Door. So it's more of a case of the collection, right? Neon Vibes stands out very nicely and is looking very nice at the moment. So what we are seeing here is, with new deplorables being accepted in this deplorable collection, well, they're getting bought out and the prices are gradually increasing. Now, what's on the horizon? What else could we potentially see? Well, I mean, we didn't see the storages being accepted. What is stopping Diaz from potentially doing a version 2? You know, just re-release them. Have at it. Let's see. Because this actually got... Well, it wasn't accepted immediately, was it? No, that was a late pick, right? We thought, oh no, it came and went, didn't get accepted. Oh no, damn. But then it was accepted today. So I get the feeling Facepunch actively likes it. And I get the feeling Diaz probably released those storages at a bit of an awkward time. Christmas time. Yeah, no, if he re-released it, I think that would be doing a whole lot better. And if you actually take a look at like the workshop pages of this, look at all like the pictures of like all the skins on display, it does look nice. But when you look at the ones with the small box is the most recent one, you can see all of that on display, and it looks really, really, really nice. So that's what could have been, but the storages weren't accepted. But is it the end? No. We very likely could see more and more. Maybe a sleeping bag, maybe a rug, maybe a water purifier. So yeah, if it keeps getting more, all the better for it. But by itself, an armoured door, well, that's a little bit awkward. So if we quickly hop over to the likes of here, I press X. No, actually, no, I can just switch. Armoured door skins, how you doing? And the answer is, well, we don't want to look at high subscribers. We want to look at most recent. And you might notice a bit of a problem. They are mostly in the negative. Even the pay-to-win, see-through mesh, glow-in-the-dark, brutalist armoured door is even in the negative as well. Now, as a whole, skins are going down a fair bit. It is a little bit awkward, yes indeed, but, well, it's pretty much a good look at how often are people even using armoured doors, single armoured doors. Probably not that many. So you do have to kind of question this, much like with gun demand. You know how certain gun skins don't tend to do very well because people aren't using the guns that much? We talked about that, the likes of the custom SMG, literally just last night with my Abnormals video. If they're not actively using the gun that much, where's the justification to own and use the skins? It's just not there. So I'm looking at that and I'm a little bit worried. But as a whole, if people actively like the collection, it can still do fairly alright. Maybe it might only do at its best evens, as in it just manages to somewhat stick around at the price it sold for in a Rust store. Maybe this doesn't sell that much purely based on the fact that these free skins are here. That is also another thing that we can consider. But the smartest approach is let's wait till Wednesday night. Because looking at all the armored doors that have come out recently, you can see that they are not doing very good. It doesn't help that we keep getting Twitch drops. Even the glow-in-the-dark ones that looked really nice when they came out, they went down in price as well. And, you know, that sold for $3, now it's selling for half the price. That sold for $2, now it's selling for half the price. That, oh God, don't get me started on that one again. But anyway, so I'm sure you can understand the potential problems. Smart approach is wait it out. Let's discuss that on Wednesday and make a decision then. Will we see more armored doors being accepted this year? I fully expect it. Will we see a lot of them? I don't think so. Will we see more Neon Vibe skins after this? Well, I think Diaz will probably feel a whole lot more motivated, so there is a bit of optimism, there is a bit of skepticism. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it. Play it smart, right? Leave it till next week. All right. So there is one extra skin that I want to talk about, but I'm kind of like 50-50 on it. I should say I guess I'm also 50-50 on the Neon Vibes Armored Door. Yeah, you can see where I'm kind of leaning more to positive. And yeah. But Cursed Hide shoes I want to talk about. Yes, I know, they're all in order. Haha. But honestly, now that we actually have a full Cursed set right here, and wow, okay, so they've all gone up in price. Nice, cool. So that's good. But we have a full set right there now. That's nice. And I have spoken to Zinc, and on the horizon, we can expect the likes of a Deer Skull mask being produced for this set at some point. And I did lean in and say, look, Ace Punch clearly likes this, the primitive set. Burlap shirt and pants, maybe. It's in his head. I'm not sure if they're actually going to go ahead and do that being Zinc and Gunya, but I can't see why they wouldn't want to do it. Give it a shot. Try and get the first mostly black burlap shirt and pants. That'd be nice, and I think people would appreciate it. And I think people by default would appreciate more for this set. So, this is cheap, this is affordable, and it looks pretty cool. So if I quickly hop over to here and quickly show you the full set, because you can see it in the workshop, I think it looks perfectly fine. Get a good look at that. Yeah, so maybe it's not for everyone, fair enough. But it does look quite nice. Now, they do want to go for core pieces. They did the Tier 3 recently, but Face Punch avoided that and picked out the boots this week. All right, fair enough. Maybe they do an attempt for it again, maybe in the summer. That's fine. But I do hope they do commit to trying to get all of the primitive skins they can for this set. So, by default, you know, you've got a full set there, and it's cheaper than the Pirate set, which came out last year. So let's quickly go take a look at the likes of all the hide shoes, because this is a funny one. We don't actually have that many hide shoes. Boots. Yeah, we don't really have that many. And the best thing we can reference is these pirate hide boots. So as I take a look at these and see their history, how did they perform over the past year or so? So as I take a look and what you see, well, I mean, let's just remove liquidity, and yeah, you can see it just did very nicely. Part of a full well-established set, full well-established collection. It managed to retain its value and then some, and it recently went all the way up to about $2.50. Went back down again. You know, most skins are like that. It's unfortunate. But yeah, it's doing good. It's part of a well-established collection. That's fine. That worked out okay. Maybe this might suffer now because, of course, we have the Curse collection and the boots and everything. Maybe. But I don't imagine this is going to be selling that much, so quickly look over to here. As I said, with all of these other skins here, it might work out that it doesn't do that crazy in terms of sales, so all the better for it to rise up in price. If people want this full collection, there's only so much to go around, so yeah. Now, there's a lot more of this compared to this, and yeah, the pants had a lot of sales. I don't know, but anyway. I can see it working out all right. It's a go-to, perfectly affordable option for early game primitive skins, like what more can you want? Well, not a lot, because there's not that many options. So, yeah, that might work out very nicely, because it's just simply because of that. The most affordable and approachable option, and it doesn't look too bad. So, is that enough for you? If not, then you can see why I'm a bit 50-50 on it. Now, I can still expect more skins for this primitive batch. We shall see, but don't be surprised if we see some more attempts for like Tier 2 or hoodie and pants and whatnot. We'll find out about that later on. But, yeah. I can imagine that'll be doing at least okay. I can imagine that we're probably not going to be seeing that many hide shoes or hide boots being produced, skins for them being produced this year, because it just doesn't really happen. So it's in their hands. What's next? We'll see. But we'll keep an eye on the sales. We'll look at this Wednesday. It's not abnormal, but if it sells reasonably and matches up quite nicely to the rest of the set, it should probably be at least a perfectly fine skin that would do a good job in retaining its value. Because I can seeing it working out okay-ish. But I just want to point this out real quickly. In the lead up to this, right, which was a bit of a surprise to us, a lot of these skins did go down in the red, in the negative. It did happen, all right? Maybe things are going to change now. Maybe it's only going to stay in the positive, but we'll see. We'll see. So that is in a good spot, but we kind of want better. But a smart buy order can always lead to profits, so you're going to need to think on that. Wait until Wednesday. We'll discuss it. We'll approach it. We'll figure out how we're going to, what prices we're going to offer and whatnot. Sounds good? Cool. This is supposed to be a fast video. I've been talking for 30 minutes. I'm trying. Right, so why am I not exactly super keen on the rest of these skins? Okay, SAR skins. Let's go take a look at SAR skins. All the SAR skins that came out over the past 2 years. Right, it's going to be very straightforward. Here we go. SAR skins. Wow, okay. Ta-da. Yeah. Right, so clearly you can see a problem. We have quite a lot of SAR skins, and they simply aren't really doing a good job in retaining their value. Down by 41, down 52, down 46, down 49, down 50, down 52, down 67. Now, is it a case of there's far too many options? Is it a case of we've had some very, very, very good Twitch drops, which kind of makes these skins redundant? Who knows? But in general, all skins are going down, and we just literally had, not too long ago, a full black SAR with a red aim sight. This does not have that. So I'm not keen on that. That very likely will end up being a 70 cent to 90 cent buy order. I'm very sorry, but it's not too hard to put two and two together. Let's move on. I want to leave that last. Inquisitor Metal Door. Right, okay, so Sheet Metal Doors. Let's go take a look at that. Where are we? Okay, right, so all the newest, most recent Sheet Metal Doors that have been released over the past year or so, only one of them's in the positive. Even the Abyss Door went back down in price. That's sad to see. But yeah, look at all that. Look at all of that. Down 20, down 59, down 9, down 49, down 18, down 48, down 74, down 52, down 61, down 56, down 69. Yeah, okay, you can clearly see that they're not holding up very well. These are like AKs. Far too many skins, far too many options. There's too much to compare to. We literally just had a Twitch drop. We literally had a very cool looking charity skin. Maybe people don't feel the need to want to buy any more skins for Sheet Metal Doors at the very least. So I'm looking at that. I respect the design. I think it looks cool. I just don't think it stands out that much. I get the feeling a lot of people who'll look at it will instantly think, nah, I don't want that. Like, a lot of people want things that stand out, look cool and whatnot. Maybe not everybody, but in general, that seems to be the case. I don't think it's gonna retain its value. I'm starting to mumble. Sorry, I'm trying to be quick. Tools. No. Sorry, but people just don't care for tools. You might sit to say, but I use them all the time. I know it's weird, but look. I'm going to show you something. Okay, where are we? Hatchet. Let's go find the tools. Where do we put them? They are located. Okay, cool. Look at all the hatchet skins. How many of them are in the positive? Do you see any? I don't. Yeah, you get the point now, don't you? For some strange reason, people don't care about any of these tool skins. I'll show you the pickaxe as well. So, like I said, can you just point out to me, where are the ones that are in the positive? Yeah, there you go. Point made. So, yeah, that's not looking to be a very reliable investment. We even recently had the Pixel Decay skins, didn't we? Which sold at 99 cents instead of like the usual $1.99. Even they are in the negative as well. Not by much, but it's a surprise. They're 87 cents. So, do you really think these are going to hold up nicely? Again, looking at these skins as potential investments to the point of potentially wanting to buy maybe like 20, 30, 50, maybe even 100. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not sitting here saying it's a bad skin. It's all about, the financial perspective. If you like a skin, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, keep them motivated, keep wanting to pay out very nice, cool-looking designs in the future. But we are questioning, will some of these skins potentially turn around and become, like, really cool? Maybe they'll go up in price at some point. At the very least, always keep an eye out for minute platers. If skins don't sell that much, they very likely will grab as much as they can, try and get the majority stock and inflate the value. It happens a lot, so keep an eye on that. But we'll worry about that Wednesday night when we look at them. Now I want to talk about Ice Eye Sword. I'm very conflicted with this because it looks really cool. It looks really nice. But salvage swords in general, they just don't get any love. And I will show you that in a second, but this is a very cool, unique design. I give my respect to that, but who's going to want to be using that and where and Okay, well, let's go take a look at all the salvage swords, and I'll prove my point to you. So there was a point where we had no salvage sword skin for about 2 years, and then we got the katana sword. So as I go take a look at this, you'll notice a bit of a weird trend ever since then. Yes, down 51, down 61, down 58, down 51, down 56, down 56, down 50, down 60. All of these have very cool usage of transparency. Every single one is around and less than $1. Yes, those are being turned into metal. Or, well, not even that. Point I'm trying to get across is they are not light. It's unfortunate to say, but they're not holding their value. So, will the likes of our sword right here suffer the same fate, or is that cool enough? Well, it's cold, but shut up. Is that going to stand out enough where it's going to be appreciated? At the very least, maybe better than the other ones. Cool, understood. But I still can't help but feel like it's going to go below its rust or price. Can it escape the curse of the salvage sword skins? I don't know. I'm actually genuinely unsure about this skin. I cannot give you an answer. But at the end of the day, if you like it, buy it, right? Show some support. But in terms of investment, I don't know. I don't know. I'm conflicted on that one. Feel free to comment. What do you think? Because, will there be another salvage sword skin like that in the future? I don't think so. Look at all these other ones. They're all like reminiscent of like actual real swords and whatnot, but not the one we just saw there. It's cool. It's cool. So, is that enough? I don't know. So, that one I'm afraid I can't really help you out with. You tell me. But $2.49... I do think it will be going below its rust or price. But, could there be a good buy order? I think there can, but again, I might want to leave that until Wednesday. It's abnormal, so we can make use of that. Oh, yes, we can. So, yeah, that's the week. Much better rust or compared to last week in terms of investment potential. Last week was like very tame. We kind of discussed that, and we were expecting like this to appear. It definitely felt like this was held back for this specific day, a force swipe, because Face Punch very likely knew that they were going to get some more sales, more profit. It's not too hard to comprehend. So cool looking Rustor, lots of potential, but don't be surprised if quite a lot of these potentially end up in the negative. There are going to be bad times, just around the corner. Buy orders definitely seem to be the smarter option. All right. That is the conclusion in regard to that. And don't forget, next week we are expecting the likes of Lunar New Year. So on February 10th, Year of the Dragon, Lunar New Year, but on the 14th, Valentine's as well. I don't fully know what's going on. I don't think the skin creators fully know what's going on. Face Punch didn't actually specifically ask for the likes of Lunar New Year skins this year. So it's all up in the air. We'll find out. But like I said, if you do, keep an eye on the workshop and show your support, vote for the things and whatnot, that's very nice of you. Keep an eye out, all right? And at the very least, if you really don't want to do that yourself, I always do my Rust Workshop skin checks videos. And to kind of get a good idea of what to expect with Lunar New Year, do consider watching this video as well. It's 14 minutes long, shouldn't take up too much of your time. You just sat here in 38 minutes? Oh, wow. I was trying to be fast, but there was a lot to talk about. My apologies. But anyway, consider watching that. You'll get a good idea of what to expect. Things might not happen that way, that's fine, but we've got some very interesting things potentially on the horizon, all right? Okay, cool. So that's next week, and, well, we might potentially even have a discontinued item. Ooh, so we'll talk about that next week. And with that, it's a wrap. Thank you very much for watching me. Best of luck to you and your investments. And please, now that it's a new month, all right, you should also start keeping an eye on the likes of the commits. We can find out what they're working on next. We can find out potentially now what they're going to have out by the March force swipe. I'm seeing, work being done on Harbour. Looks like that potentially is the next thing that's going to get revamped, redone, and, that's going to be the next thing that's going to be all set up and ready for a bigger, fatter update. Maybe it's going to be March. Harbour being redone with some new content potentially. Again, as time goes on, as the weeks go by, you see them randomly pulling out something extra or something completely new. The recent Lunar New Year items, which you can see in the item database right here, they only recently were recently mentioned. Oh, don't start being funny with me. Don't start being funny with me. Not now. No. What if I did this over here? If I go here now, will you appear here? Come on. There we go. So where are they? They are here. There you go. So you can see them in SCMM right now. So they're recently inserted into the game, and they're expected to be released next week. What prices will they sell for? Don't know. Probably cost like between $3 to $5. Wouldn't be surprised by that. But they are very cool, and they are going to be abnormal by default because they're made by Facepunch themselves. So cool looking skins on the horizon. Interesting Rust next week potentially. We shall see. But we'll be here, and we'll be here to ramble about those pixels. Yes. Cool. Awesome. So that's a wrap. And like I said, if you ever have any issues in regards to, well, skin prices going down and whatnot, look in the description of the video. You will see that I have my links to my socials and whatnot. I do stream on Twitch pretty much nearly every day, just not on Tuesday and Saturday. So feel free to hop in, ask questions. I'll try my best to help you out. I might be in the middle of talking about something. Don't be surprised by that. Look at me now. I'm rambling now. So yeah, you get the idea. So thank you very much for watching. Catch you all later and see you goodbye.